I'm Professor Pragya. I have been teaching data science in the MCA fifth semester. Till now, we have discussed the Unit 3, in the starting of Unit 3. What is machine learning? What is the background? What are the components of machine learning? And here are some objective of this course. The primary objective of this course is to develop both theoretical knowledge on data science analysis skills which can be applied to practical problems, for explain how maths and information science can contribute to building better algorithm and software. So, types of machine learning algorithm. In this lecture, I will discuss mainly supervised learning algorithms, and the algorithms in your syllabus are linear regression, logistic regression, k-nearest neighbor, support vector machine, decision tree, random forest, naive-bayes theorem. And in unsupervised learning algorithm, we will discuss the k-nearest. K means clustering. How clusters are formed, in how many clusters we can put data. Okay. So, and the next one is reinforcement learning algorithm. So, in supervised learning algorithm, supervised as its name suggests that under some supervision, like if a teacher is present when the learning is done. So, in this type of algorithm, the data set on which the machine is trained consists of labeled data, or simply said consists both the input parameters as well as the required output. Let's take the previous example of facial recognition, and once we have identified the people in photos, we'll try to classify them as baby, teenager or adult. Here baby, teenager and adult will be our labels, and our training data set will already be classified into the given database, given labels based on certain parameters through which the machine will learn these features and patterns, and classify some new input database, data set based on learning from this training data. Okay. So supervised learning algorithm again can broadly divided into two types. One is classification and other one is regression. So classification, just as the name suggests, these algorithm uses or are used to classify the data into predefined classes or levels, like 0 or 1, like true or false, like yes or no, like class 1, class 2. So we'll discuss one of the most used classification algorithm known as k-nearest neighbor classification algorithm. So in k-nearest neighbor classification algorithm, we have to put the data into classes according to their nearest neighbor. Means this algorithm is used to classify a set of data points into specific groups or specific classes based on the similarities between data points. Let's consider an example where we need to check whether the person is fit or not based on the height and weight of a person. Suppose we have given the following table as the training data, like if a person has 150 centimeter height and 50 kg of weight, then we can say, we can put that person in the fit class. If 187, again the second example, second case is 187 centimeter height, 75 kg weight is fit, and 156 and 80 kg weight is not fit. So, k-nearest neighbor learns as it goes, in the sense it does not need any explicit training phase. Okay. So we do not need to explicitly train the data, and it starts classifying the data points decided by a majority of vote of its neighbor. Like suppose three persons voted me, three neighbors voted me, and two neighbors voted my friend. So majority is given to me. Majority people given vote to me. So I will won. So I will be put on that cluster. So object is assigned to the class which is most common among its k nearest neighbor. Let's see the simple example. Let's understand it another. Okay. So here you are seeing two classes. One is class 1, that is blue class, blue diamond, and the another is class 2, that is red star. So let's consider the task of classifying this classifying a green circle into a class 1 or class 2. We don't know. So we have to classify this new class. We have to consider the task of classifying this new green circle into either class 1 or class 2. So consider the case of Canaan based on the one nearest neighbor. See this inner circle, k equal to 1. So when one nearest neighbor, in this case Canaan will classify green circle into class 1 because the circle 1 has only one class, that is class 1, that is blue diamond. So, and blue diamond is of class 1. So, in this case, Canaan will classify the green circle into class 1. Now, let's increase the number of nearest neighbor. Now, then the big circle you see. In this big circle, when k is, we increase the value of k to 3, nearest neighbor are 3. So in this, these three, in among these three neighbors, as you can see in the figure, there are two class object of, one is here, there are two class object of class 2, two stars, 1, 2, two stars, and and one class, only one, this one diamond inside the circle. So Canaan will classify a green circle inside to green circle into class 2 object as it formed the majority, because green circle where green circle will goes to class 2 object because class 2 objects are 2 inside the circle and class 1 object are only 1. Clear? So the next one is regression ML algorithm. So what are regression? Regression is basically the relationship between any two variables. Means these algorithms are used to determine the mathematical relationship between one variable and more than, or two variable or more than one variable. Means how one variable is dependent on others and the level of dependency between the variables. These can be used for predicting an output based on the interdependency of two or more variables, like y equal to mx plus c. So y will depend on x. X is a variable that is independent, y is dependent. So for example, an increase in the price of product will decrease in its consumption. Let's take the example of petrol. If the price of petrol will increase, the consumption will automatically decrease, which means in this case, the amount of consumption will depend on the price of product. Make sense? Here, the amount of consumption will be called as the dependent variable because consumption is dependent on price. So, price of the product will be called the independent variable. The level of dependency on the amount of consumption on the price of the product will help us to predict the future value of the amount of consumption based on the change in price of the product. So regression is again of two types, linear and logistic. So linear regression, as its name suggests, linear, it is a linear approach. Okay, but I want to tell you, I want to clear very first that the major difference in these two types of regression is the output. Only the output is a major difference, because in linear regression we have the numerical output. We have the output values is continuous, like 3000, 4000, 5000. 3, 4, 5, 5.5. But some numerical values, some continuous values are given as an output. But in the logistic regression, our output is discrete, like 0 or 1, class 1 or class 2. So this is the case of logistic regression. So linear regression is a linear approach that models the relationship between a dependent variable and one or more independent variable. Whereas in logistic regression, it is a statistical model or probabilistic model that predicts the probability of an outcome that can have only two values. Okay. Yes, no, like binary classification, true, false, 0, 1. So linear regression is used to solve regression problem. On the other hand, this logistic helps to, logistic used to solve classification problem, like binary classification. Linear regression estimates the dependent variable when there is a change in any change in independent variable. So it estimates the dependent variable, how dependent variable. And logistic regression calculates the possibility or probability of an event occurring. Linear regression in linear regression, I was repeatedly telling you output is continuous, output is numerical, and in logistic regression, output is discrete. And linear regression uses a straight line, logistic regression uses a S-curve or sigmoid function. And linear regression is used to predict the GDP of a country, predicting the product price, predicting the, house, predicting the selling price, whereas logistic regression is used to predict whether an email is spam or not. The main use, a very important use, mail is spam or not, predicting whether the credit card transaction is fraud or not, predicting whether a customer will take loan or not. Okay. So after this difference, we come to again linear regression ML algorithm. These are initially developed in the statistics to study the relationship between input and output numerical variables. As I was telling, that between dependent and independent variables. So it was adopted by machine learning community to make predictions based on linear regression equation. The mathematical representation of linear regression is a linear equation that combines a specific set of input data x to predict the output value y for the set of input values. So the linear equation assigns a factor to each set of input values, which are called coefficient, represented by the Greek letter beta. This equation, the equation mentioned below, represents the linear regression model, or represents the simple line with the two set of input x1 and x2. Here the variables are two. Otherwise, in single line, we can have one variable y equal to mx plus c, or mx1 plus c, or m की जगह we can take y is equal to beta naught plus beta 1 x1. So y represents the output of the model. Beta naught, beta 1 and beta 2 are the coefficient of linear equation. When there is only one input variable, the linear equation represents a single line. For simplicity, consider b2, beta 2 to be equal to 0, which would imply that variable x2 will not influence the output of linear regression model. In this case, the linear regression will present a straight line, and represent a straight line, and this equation is shown below: y equal to beta naught plus beta 1. Now, this is the graphical representation of linear regression model. Since it is a linear regression model, so graph will be a line. The graph of a linear regression model is shown here. Linear regression can be used to find a general price trend of a stock over a period of time. This helps us understand if the price movement is positive or negative. In logistic regression, our aim is to produce a discrete value, either 0 or 1. It helps us in finding the definite answer to our scenario. And logistic regression can be mathematically represented as probability of y equal to 1 when x is given equal to he 1 upon 1 plus e raised to power minus theta transpose x, or we can written as sigma of theta transpose x. And p, probability of y equal to 0 when x is given equal to 1 minus p of y of 1. Like probability of true is 1, if and the probability of 1 is given, then probability of 0 will be 1 minus p. So there is the logistic regression model. The logistic regression model computes a weighted sum of input variables similar to the linear regression, but it runs the result through a specific non-linear function. The most important thing, we apply a non-linear function over a result of logistic regression. Why? Why we apply a non-linear function? Because if we will apply a linear function, the result will be always linear. But in real life, it is not so. Problems may be just complex. So logistic function or sigmoid function to produce output y. Now see the equation. The sigmoid function is given by following equation: y equal to 1 upon 1 plus e raised to power minus x. Whatever value of x is written here, you can check. You can give 1, 2,000 or lakhs or whatever. You can give any value to x. Y will always produce the output between 0 to 1. This is the beauty of sigmoid function. Like in this graph, you are seeing we have taken x as minus 6, minus 4, minus 2, but output output is represented on y-axis and input is represented on x-axis. You are seeing the output is always lies between 0 and 1. So in simple terms, logistic regression can be used to predict the direction of market. So next is support vector machine. From here onwards, we will continue in the next lecture. Thank you.